Newcastle United is reeling after a stunning derby loss to Sunderland, and star player Anthony Gordon isn't holding back, calling the defeat not good enough. Against a team he believes isn't as strong as the Magpies. We've got the inside scoop on Gordon's blunt assessment and what it means for Newcastle's season. But the drama doesn't stop on the pitch. Reports are surfacing about the confidence the Newcastle executives have in manager Eddie Howe, while the Saudi Public Investment Fund, PIF, remains skeptical. Is Howe's job on the line? We break down the internal support and the lingering doubts. In some concerning news for the Magpies, defender Sven Botman has undergone surgery for a facial fracture sustained in that very match against Sunderland. We'll bring you the latest on his recovery and how long he'll be sidelined. And finally, we're tackling the big picture: Newcastle's ambitious Saudi 2030 vision. Is it realistic given the current financial rules of football? We explore the challenges and what it truly means for the club's future on and off the pitch. Don't go anywhere, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Newcastle's Derby Day disaster. Gordon blasts not good enough Sunderland loss. Sunderland has dealt a stinging blow to Newcastle United, completing a league double over their rivals with a dramatic 2-1 victory at St James Park. This defeat, following an earlier 1-0 loss, marks the longest winless run for Newcastle against Sunderland in the fixture's history, a statistic that clearly frustrates forward Anthony Gordon. Gordon didn't mince words, telling Newcastle's club media that the loss was simply not good enough, especially considering his belief that Sunderland are not a very good team compared to us. He highlighted a recurring issue for Newcastle: a lapse in concentration and performance at the start of the second half, which allowed Sunderland to come back and secure the win. Despite scoring Newcastle's opener, Gordon acknowledged the team's inability to maintain momentum and control the game after halftime. The stats paint a complex picture. Newcastle boasts a higher expected goals, XG score, and more shots, yet Sunderland has shown a remarkable ability to gain points from losing positions and maintain a slightly better defensive record in terms of clean sheets. The tactical battle, possession statistics, and conversion rates all add layers to this intense rivalry. But ultimately, Sunderland's resilience and Newcastle's second-half struggles proved decisive. Fans and analysts are dissecting every angle, with many echoing Gordon's sentiment that the team needs to find consistency, particularly after the break. The question on everyone's lips is whether Newcastle can overcome these in-game lapses to secure a European spot. But how does this stunning defeat impact the club's leadership? We're uncovering the truth behind the executive support for manager Eddie Howe and the stance of the Saudi owners next. Howe's future on the line. Execs back manager amidst PIF skepticism. The pressure is mounting on Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe following their derby defeat to Sunderland. However, reports suggest that while the club's executive team remains firmly behind him, the Saudi Public Investment Fund, PIF, may hold a different view. According to the Daily Mail's Craig Hope, key figures within Newcastle's hierarchy, including Chief Executive David Hopkinson, Sporting Director Ross Wilson, and Performance Director James Bunce, are united in their support for Howe. They reportedly see him as the best manager in the club's recent history and the ideal man to lead them forward, believing he deserves at least a full season to implement his plans and oversee necessary repairs after a turbulent period. This internal backing is significant, especially as the team navigates a challenging season marked by disappointing results in both domestic and European competitions. The report suggests that Howe remains central to Newcastle's long-term strategy, with the executive team aligned on his vision. However, the stance of the PIF remains less clear. Despite daily contact between Riyadh and Tyneside, there has been no public declaration of unequivocal support for Howe. This ambiguity, coupled with the PIF's ambition for Newcastle to compete in European competitions next season, a goal that appears increasingly unlikely given the team's current form, could create uncertainty surrounding Howe's future. Furthermore, concerns have been raised about last summer's transfer window, described as one of indecision, confusion, and subsequent panic, potentially adding to the scrutiny on Howe's management. While the managerial situation is being debated, a key player's immediate future has become clearer. We have the latest on Sven Botman's condition after his recent surgery next. Botman undergoes successful facial surgery after Derby collision. Newcastle United defender Sven Botman has undergone successful surgery to repair a facial fracture sustained during the recent Premier League match against Sunderland. The club confirmed the procedure, offering a glimmer of hope for his swift return. Botman sustained the injury in the second half of the intense Derby clash, a game that ultimately saw Newcastle fall to a 2-1 defeat. While the specifics of the incident weren't detailed, the need for surgery highlights the severity of the impact. Fortunately, the club's statement indicates that Botman is not expected to be sidelined for an extended period. This news will be a significant relief for both the player and manager Eddie Howe, who will be keen to have his key defender back on the pitch as soon as possible. The Magpies have a crucial run of 7 remaining Premier League fixtures, starting with an away trip to Crystal Palace on April 12th. Botman's return, even in the closing weeks of the season, could provide a vital boost to Newcastle's efforts to secure European qualification. But beyond the immediate team news, are Newcastle's grand ambitions facing a reality check? We're exploring the challenges of their Saudi 2030 vision in the current football landscape next. Newcastle's Saudi 2030 vision, a realistic goal amidst financial hurdles. Newcastle United's ambitious goal to become one of the world's top clubs by 2030, championed by CEO David Hopkinson, is facing significant headwinds. Despite the vast wealth of the Saudi Public Investment Fund, PIF, the club's ability to spend and compete at the highest level is being constrained by football's financial regulations, particularly the Profit and Sustainability Rules, PSR, and the upcoming Squad Cost Ratio, SCR. Manager Eddie Howe himself has voiced concerns, stating, "The rules have made it very difficult. I don't know where we can beat that system." Unlike rivals Manchester City and Chelsea, who built their empires before stricter financial controls were implemented, Newcastle's investment came later, when governing bodies had already introduced shackles. The club spent heavily following the PIF takeover, but limited sales meant they faced stark realities in 2024, even resorting to selling academy product Elliot Anderson to comply with PSR. While the new SCR rules, focusing on income generation, seem beneficial given Newcastle's rising revenues, analysis suggests they may still reinforce the dominance of established elite clubs. Data shows Newcastle's SCR budget significantly lags behind the traditional Big Six, impacting their ability to offer competitive wages and attract top talent. Financial expert Kieran Maguire notes that while SCR has long-term benefits, the current wage bill is substantially lower than their rivals, creating a talent gap. The implications extend to European competition. UEFA's SCR limits spending for clubs in Europe, potentially making participation in tournaments like the Conference League financially disadvantageous due to lower prize money versus stricter spending rules. Even Champions League bonuses, influenced by historical performance, favor established giants. The most viable solution appears to be increasing matchday income through stadium expansion or a new ground, an area where Newcastle has lagged significantly behind competitors like Liverpool and Manchester United. Without substantial investment in infrastructure, realizing the 2030 vision, as stated by Hopkinson, remains a formidable challenge. That's all the major news for today. But stick around for a super fast recap of all the top stories and a full call to action. Newcastle's Derby loss to Sunderland has sparked intense debate, with Anthony Gordon calling the performance not good enough. Executive support for Eddie Howe remains strong, but the PIF stance is less clear amid growing financial rule challenges. Meanwhile, Sven Botman has undergone successful facial surgery, and the club's ambitious 2030 vision faces significant hurdles due to financial regulations. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to news, hit that notification bell, share your thoughts in the comments, and follow us on all our social media platforms for more breaking news and analysis.